What's up? I went out today to do some videos and I'm like, I don't feel like going out today. So here I am at the house and I gotta still work here, so I gotta still pay for a bunch of stuff. You see that woman right there? She is expensive. Very, very, very expensive. I had to buy her a Corvette. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta pay for that Corvette. I'm just messing with her. But yeah, I actually had some articles that came up and I wanted to do some videos on it. So yes, there's some stuff happening with Ram trucks. If you own one, you need to be on the lookout. Let's go ahead and jump into the video. I wish I could say that this is clickbait, but unfortunately Ram trucks are being targeted. Now this article got released a little bit ago, probably about a couple weeks now. It's on 5thgenrams.com. The author is Robert Miller. It says here that Ram trucks facing surge in infotainment screen thefts. If you own a newer Ram pickup, you might want to be extra cautious these days. Over the past several months, there's been a big spike in thieves breaking into these trucks and ripping out their big Uconnect 5 dashboard screens. It's happening fast and it's a lot easier than you probably think. Back in the day, it used to be car radios and stereos that thieves targeted. Now, the big money is in these giant infotainment screens that control everything from your music to your GPS to your air conditioning. That is very true, actually. I just thought about that. If they pull out your screen, you can't even control your air conditioning because the buttons on the side of that infotainment is just one big system. So if they take out the whole thing, you have nothing. And if you have heated and ventilated seats, that's within the screen. So you can't even control that. That sucks. These screens aren't just fancy, they're also super valuable on the black market. Some people don't want to or can't afford to buy a new truck loaded with tech, so stolen parts are the next best thing. There was a time in history, if you were to steal, you potentially could get your fingers cut off, or they could just go ahead and take the whole thing off if you were stealing. Probably biblical times. Today, if you go out and steal, you could get caught, go to jail, and be out pretty much either the same day or next day in some states, which to me is insane and allows for people to have these little side hustles like this. Now let's keep reading this article because it gets interesting. Ram has some work to do, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Ram pickups have become a top target lately. Why? It's because of how their dashboards are built. So you're telling me there's a design flaw. Go figure. That giant screen that stretches almost from the top of the dash all the way to the gear shifter might look solid, but is actually held in place by just 2 screws and a few simple clips. At the top of the dashboard, right behind the screen, there's a little rubber mat. So I'm going to show it to you guys really quickly. They have it here. So right below this little rubber mat, there's some screws here, okay? It's supposed to be for small items like change or pins at the very top of the screen. But if you pop that rubber mat out, which can be done with just a screwdriver or even your fingers, you'll find 2 screws underneath. Remove those 2 screws and you're almost done. So this is a 14.5-inch display, so you better believe they're definitely going to be going after these guys because it's a bigger screen and it will fit probably in the 2019 to 2023 pickups as well. So just keep that in mind. But down here it says, after that, there's a small latch at the bottom of the screen. Flip that, unhook a couple of wires in the back, and boom, the whole screen is free. No hidden bolts, no fancy security mounts. If a thief comes prepared, they can yank the screen out in under a minute. This design flaw has made it way too easy for thieves to smash and grab these expensive Uconnect 5 units. It's a huge pain for owners, and even if insurance covers it, it's a hassle no one wants to deal with. You know what's shocking about this? Some of these thieves are probably some of the smartest people, but they're the biggest idiots and they're just outright lazy. If you have the time and effort to plan to do stuff like this, think about it. This is organized crime. We saw it in California with the flash mobs. All those people running into the stores and stealing. they weren't buying all that stuff for themselves, or not buy, they didn't buy it. They weren't stealing all that stuff for themselves. They were selling it on the black market. And I don't know how you can live like this. You always live looking over your shoulder. See, I'm willing to bet you some of these thieves, when the police go by with their sirens, they get scared, they jump, because they always have to think in the back of their minds, they're coming after me because I did something wrong, right? At some point in their life, they're going to get caught, right? You can't just steal and steal and steal and nothing ever happens. Eventually, you'll get caught. You'll mess up one day. And this is what is happening right here. You have people out here who've just gotten so bold, and they'll go out and steal anything. Now, if you do own a Ram truck, whether it be a 1500, 2500, 3500, they don't have 4500 and 5500, but those trucks too have these screens. So if you have those cabin chassis pickups, you're potentially at risk as well. Lock your doors every single time and make sure you have a loud working alarm system. Parking in a well-lit, busy area can also help. It won't make your truck 100% theft-proof, but it'll definitely make a thief think twice. Ram's newer models haven't addressed this weak spot yet. So if you're shopping for one or already own one, it's something to keep in mind until there's a stronger mounting design or extra security. Keeping your truck safe is on you. So yeah, it's so sad that we have to work our tails off to enjoy some of the luxuries in life that we have available to us. And you have someone who's going to say, you know what, I want what you have, and I'm not going to work for it. That's where we are today. I'm all about law and order, and I love the Second Amendment. I think Dave Chappelle said it the best. He said, I should be able to say whatever I want, which was the First Amendment, right? Freedom of speech. And then he says, I probably should have a gun to do so. Just saying, it's very true. And I think that if we got back to the times where we were a little bit more stricter on crime, these things would not be happening. It should be a problem to the manufacturers that people are out here stealing from their customers, right? They should allow it to be, hey, if you buy stolen infotainment screens, you too could be liable for that. But there's so much that goes into it, they're not going to do that. But unfortunately, if you own a Ram truck, your insurance is probably going to go up. Just saying, depending on where you live at in the country, your insurance has just gone up if you buy one, simply because of this. And Ram didn't make it hard for thieves. And I will say, if you're a thief, I mean, it's not hard to take out a radio. If you have done it a few times, it's not hard to do. But I hope this video was helpful. I just think this is silly stuff. I wish that we can enjoy better times in this country when we're supposed to be the greatest country ever, and we have to deal with stuff like this. So it's just frustrating. And I don't own a Ram truck. I mean, my GMC, I don't know how hard or easy it is to take that screen out, but I'm pretty sure it's not as easy as the Ram trucks are. Because even the 8.4-inch displays are pretty easy to take out too. I remember watching someone do it one time at a dealer to replace it. And I want to say he got it out of there very quickly. I can't remember how long it took him, but it didn't take long. But yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts down below. Should Ram do something to deter thieves? Right? Should there be some type of encryption where if you take a screen out of a truck, that in order for it to be unlocked, it has to go to a dealer? And if for whatever reason that screen goes to a dealer and it's not I don't know. We have to think of all this just to think of a way to overcome thieves. But yes, we have to, because again, we're going to pay more money out of our pocket because of insurance. But yes, there should be some type of way that they can encrypt these screens. Kind of like how they lock up our ECMs that we can't delete our trucks, right? They can probably do something in regards to that where only a dealer can authorize to unlock a screen. And that way, whoever unlocks it is now liable too. There should be some liabilities out there is what I'm trying to say. But yes, let me know you guys' thoughts in the comment section. Should Ram do something first versus customers having to take extra steps to protect themselves? Or I think I just answered that question. Why should I have to take extra steps to protect myself, right? But yeah, let me know you guys' thoughts in the comment section. Should Ram take steps to protect their customers? That is the question. Obviously the answer is yes. Do something, Ram.